Hawks nominated.
You know, I had a card.
Why would it be me? Like, I don't know who to nominate. I saw you left, period.
You did these a lot.
Did she nominate people? True. She's like, lost me.
Wait, I'll be here until last time.
That's fun.
Yeah, you're good. Here's your card. Very smooth.
It's amazing how everything works until you need it to, isn't it? I'm going to use a nice, loud teacher voice to welcome you all to Frankfort High School. My name is Cindy Long. I am the principal here at Frankfort High School. And I have to tell you that the Shooting Star Ceremony is one of our favorite ceremonies of the entire year. Because to me, it celebrates what's really important about school and the way kids act and behave and achieve in school. So you're going to see a little bit of everything today. From kids that are getting amazing grades to kids that have had an amazing comeback. From kids that are helping other people every single day to moving on and helping their teachers and making their teachers' day really bright. So the way it's going to work is this. We already sugared you up a little bit, so that's a good start, right? The microphone, they're going to fix that for us. And what's going to happen is we're going to call your student's name. They're going to come up to the front and join us at the podium. And then we will read what the teacher wrote about each student. Okay, so we have a lot of students to get through today. Might have to start with our super loud teacher voices as they are working hard. It worked earlier, so we'll go. The first student that I'd like to recognize is Juliana Ilosa Silva. Julie shares her positive sense of humor every day with others. She continues to use her verbal speech more every day and does not hesitate to teach signs to others to better communicate with peers and staff. Congratulations.
Next up, we have Miguel Carrasco Hernandez. Mr. Atkins wrote, Miguel's come a long way with getting the semester in terms of his mathematical ability, but his problem-solving confidence as well. If you don't know Miguel, he works his tail off outside of school hours, which is not an easy feat for anyone. If he ever misses a day, he always comes and sees me during community to get caught up on what we've been learning, and after a few minutes of explaining something, he's on a roll. Not only this, but despite the stress he's under from working outside of school and from taking senior-level academic courses, he strives to keep a positive attitude and always greets me when we pass the hall. Chadwick Hall.
This is from Mr. Clayton. It says, I cannot believe Chadwick is a freshman with the skill level they perform in the classroom. Chadwick always goes above and beyond on assignments and still finds class time to help out classmates. When I make a joke, class is just quiet. Chadwick will always give me some sort of response. I think Jess is lucky to have Chadwick for 3 more years after this one.
class with a smile every day. There are a handful of students who she always works with, but is willing to work with everyone. She goes to a class with students at any time, and you can see her helping 2 or 3 students at a time. Hayden is a fabulous peer tutor and one that does everything she can to help out all students.
Janet Caballero Palacio. Ms. Ralston writes, Janet is one of the hardest working students I have ever had the pleasure to teach. She refuses to let any obstacle stand in her way of being successful. It is an inspiration to see her achieve the success she has so far this year, and I cannot wait to see what she accomplishes in her time here at MHS.
Isaidi Jimenez Zaragoza. This is from Mrs. Duquesne. She writes, Isaidi is always ready and willing to help, and his positive attitude and spirit always lightens up the office during second period. He is always the first to jump up when a pass needs ran into a classroom or when a package needs delivered. Isaidi is also extremely thoughtful, and goes out of his way to make everyone feel included and appreciated. I have enjoyed his time as an office TA.
Next up is Ariel Cruz. I'm trying to move closer to your family so they can actually hear. How are we doing? We're yelling. Can you hear us at all? Yes? Okay, good. Ariel is such a ray of sunshine when it comes to class. This is from Mrs. Valera. She's lively, happy, talkative at the perfect time, and always gets her work completed. She always takes such detailed notes and offers to share them with others if needed. She is great when it comes to class activities and getting others involved. She is a leader when it comes to getting things started and finishing them. Ariel is a bright student whose personality matches.
Daniel Martinez Mendoza. Ms. Valero writes, Daniel always comes to class prepared and participates in each class assignment. He helps out everyone in his class and keeps conversations going. He's a joy to have in class because of his positive attitude towards his work and his peers.
Anderson Graff. This is from Mr. Jagger. He writes, Anderson has done a great job in my Algebra 1 class so far this semester. I appreciate how he's communicated with me about his grade and ways to make improvements. Anderson then took advantage of those opportunities to improve his grade by staying after school on 2 separate occasions.
Next up is Alan Hernandez Lara. Alan, this is from Mrs. Walsh. Alan is an outstanding student to have in class, and I'm lucky enough to have him not only for English, but creative writing as well. Alan's interest in learning is a true inspiration for myself and those around him. He shows up every day with a positive attitude and gives every activity his best effort. I'm very proud of Alan for all of his hard work.
Savannah Barrios Gamboa. Ms. Wall writes, Savannah Barrios Gamboa is an absolute pleasure to have in English class. She is second period's own ray of sunshine, offering a smile or kind words to those around her. She has one of the most genuine personalities I've witnessed as a teacher. Savannah is always willing to extend her helpfulness to others, especially the high school's foreign exchange student who quickly made friends with her. I am so proud of Savannah for stepping up and being the type of student that makes everyone feel welcome and valued, as well as always giving her best effort in everything she does.
Cameron Queen. From Mr. Ray writes, Cameron excels as a Catholic student, where he able to blend his analytical thinking skills with some creative problem solving to answer a wide range of questions. His regular participation in discussions and the solution reviews add depth to our class, and his peers respect his insight. He is diligent, accurate, and determined to succeed, no matter the effort required.
Sandra is a determined calculus student who constantly strives to progress in her mathematical knowledge. I admire her willingness to continue working towards mastery of all topics, even when the outcome of such efforts will not apparently appreciably change her grade. That is a rare quality. The desire to learn and show her understanding is what drives her to be successful.
Benjamin Dominguez. Mr. Blake writes, I had Ben last fall, and his growth and maturity in a year has amazed me. He has been really focused in class, and the level of quality in his work he is producing is impressive. My current event students were asked to come up with solutions to the Israel and Palestine conflict, which is no easy task. Ben's partner was not here one day, and he created 5 highly detailed slides that blew me away. The quality would be amazing at the group level, but I am almost speechless. Ben has a bright future ahead of him.
Emilio Sanchez. Mrs. Sarmiento writes, I am especially impressed by Emilio's independence and academic excellence within the classroom. Many students require clarification or time extension, but Emilio gets his work done quickly and efficiently, often before the rest of the class is done. He takes responsibility for his work, shows up on time, shows respect, and demonstrates an impressive understanding of the literature.
Next up is Echo Gephardt. Bree Shaker. She knows that Echo has taken on the task of creating a website and a YouTube channel for Hot Dog Publications. His excitement for this project has electrified the staff, and he's looking for new ways to expand and showcase what the staff is creating.
Carter Ruiz. Mr. Clayton writes, Carter is one of those, I believe, who sneak under people's radars, but not mine. He is a bright young man that can do whatever he sets his mind to. When it comes to presentation projects where students may work in groups to split up the work, Carter chooses to accomplish them by himself at very high quality. I'm fortunate enough to have him 2 times a day this semester, and I quite enjoy the conversations we have.
Israel Mesa. Mr. Sneed writes, Israel is not one of my students, but has joined the Hot Dog Network crew for sports broadcasting. He has picked up the camera operations very quickly and is a valuable part of our production crew.
Next up is Miss Addie Keck. Mrs. Rushton writes, in late July, I encouraged Addie to take Honors English 10. She has not missed a beat in the adjustment to an honors class, earning an A for the first 9 weeks. Addie has been a pleasure, not only in class, but also on the volleyball team. She's been a kind friend and a great leader for her teammates. Way to start the year strong, Addie.
Quincy Allen. Miss Taylor writes, Quincy comes to class each day with a smile on his face. He meets all expectations of class and is a great role model for his peers. He goes above and beyond, and I enjoy having him in class. He is always the first volunteer if I need help with anything, and that is always greatly appreciated. Keep up the good work, Quincy.
Azucena Alves Regalado. Mrs. Jagger writes, Azucena is a great student. She comes to class each day and works hard. She makes sure that she understands the assignments, and when she doesn't, she will ask. She works hard to get her assigned jobs completed as well. Azucena has joined many different clubs this year, and she is enjoying the time she spends with her friends. Keep up the good work.
Next up is Eric Zamora. Eric receives this award from Mr. Everett. He notes that Eric has done an outstanding job working in my class quarter 1. Keep it up. I know you can do it.
Hayden Howe. writes, Aiden has grown tremendously as a human this semester. He is working hard at school while also working his job and keeping his grades up. Aiden is a great kid with a bright future, and I am proud of his hard work on making decisions about his life and his future.
Azul Alanisville Gomez. Mrs. Johnson writes, Azul's reading lifestyle has gone up 155 points this year. She has surpassed our end-of-year goal, so now we have a new goal. Azul, she appreciates your hard work in class and enjoyed getting to know you this year.
Xavier Taylor. I think we should start quizzing the kids to see who they predict will give them the award. No, we won't start here though. So the next one, that's where we'll start with you. This is from Mr. Crawford. Mr. Crawford writes, Xavier is one of those kids who is a fill your bucket kid. He always exceeds expectations when it comes to following directions, participating, and does it with a smile on his face. I'm lucky to have him first hour as he makes it a great start to the day. Plus, anytime I need help, he's always willing to lend a helping hand.
Jaslyn Huerta O'Brien. Mrs. Buckingham Erman writes, as a buddy to one of my intro to 2D students, Jaslyn patiently helps the student understand the assignments and support his work with interested questioning. In addition to supporting the student, Jaslyn models strong artistic behavior by often participating in class assignments while working on art-related activities. In addition to being a peer helper, Jaslyn is also in Intro to 3D, a class that calls for independent artistic development. Jaslyn brings unique ideas and a willingness to work through challenging problems.
Richie Lopez. This is from Mr. Scholl. He writes, it's hard for me to find the words to describe Mitzi's work ethic in engineering. I've had her for 2 courses now, and her work is unprecedented. She's soaked up concepts and knowledge, then tries to find new ways to use them. She takes each lesson as a challenge and a way to shape her ability to learn.
Next up is Angel Madeira. Angel always shows up to class ready to learn, says Mr. Barron. He leads group work, classroom discussion, and takes the lead on many projects. He always goes above and beyond with his work in the classroom. He's just a great student and leader in the classroom. Way to go, Angel.
Miguel Garza. Mr. Dudley writes, Miguel has a great attitude every day. He is always engaged in class activities and asks great questions. His attitude has not only helped him do well in honors algebra 2, but it has helped other students that aren't always as comfortable asking questions.
Alfredo Sotovia. It's from Mrs. Roman. She writes, Alfredo is an AP Spanish class, and he has shown his passion for learning and being involved in the classroom. I can always count on Alfredo to lead class discussions and debates, which is not an easy task to do entirely in Spanish. Alfredo is a critical thinker and respectful young man. I am proud to have him in my class.
Next up is Diana Santos. Diana is being recognized by Mrs. Sarmiento. She writes, this student has excellent attendance, participates in class, even when others are hesitant to do so, and shows an impressive level of academic achievement.
Soraya Valencia. Soraya is lucky, she has 2. First, Mr. McCauley writes that Mr. Hawley would like to recognize Soraya Valencia for her outstanding academic achievements throughout the beginning of this year. Soraya has done a great job in all of her classes, and this includes a brand new class she's had begin midway through the semester due to a schedule change. Keep up the great work, and we look forward to seeing what you accomplish the rest of the year. Mrs. Sarmiento writes, I am overjoyed to have Soraya in my class again this year. She is bright, creative, and has shown commendable growth since last year. Soraya shows up on time, keeps her phone away, participates in class discussions, even when others show hesitancy and disinterest. She's a hard worker and has obviously let her challenges make her more determined rather than let them get in her way. She is well deserving of this praise.
Rachel Hale. She got actually two. One for Mrs. Mounty, one for Mrs. Furby.
Fill her in. How about Daniel Vasquez? He's trying to get out of that blinding sun. Daniel was nominated by Miss Webb. She notes that Daniel is one of those students that I can always rely on to put effort into work and get it done. He is always ready to tackle the next task and perseveres through assignments, even the tricky ones that he isn't always super confident in. He is invested in his education and it shows.
Alex Galvan. Ms. Penn writes, Alex is such a bright, motivated student. He always comes to class ready to learn and willing to help out other students. From day one, Alex has impressed me with the effort he puts into all assignments and his high-quality performance. Not only that, but his kind, warm demeanor makes him a positive presence in the classroom that all teachers and students can appreciate.
Julio Rivera. Julio actually received two as well. First one is from Mrs. Jagger. It says, Julio has been a great peer tutor. He's been going to class with the students since he started as a peer tutor. He will help that student with the assignments and help them in the labs that they do in class. When that student isn't here, he will join everyone in the classroom and do whatever is needed to help the students. Thanks for being a great role model for the students in the classroom. The second one is from Mr. Sanford. He writes, Julio is a student who makes me a better teacher. He's often the first to push back on me, which helps me to clarify my thinking, teaching, and theory about what we are doing in class. His questions have made me much more thoughtful.
Next up is Ariana Gillespie. She also received two. The first one is from Mrs. McKinsey. She writes, Ariana always has a bright and sunny disposition. She has a kind heart, works hard, and never complains. Ariana is a committed student, very conscientious about her grades, and strives to be on the school honor roll. All I have to say is that all the students were like Ariana. I would be out of this job. Then, we have Mrs. Webb. Mrs. Webb writes, Ariana has shown consistent effort and results from the beginning of the school year until now. She is the perfect example of a responsible student and has never let a difficult assignment stop her or bring her down. Not only does she have impressive grades, she also has a great attitude and an inviting personality.
Kate Webster. Mrs. Kramer writes, Peyton is an amazingly determined student who works hard to be the student she is today. Every day I see her not only working hard, but keeping a positive attitude towards her schoolwork, classmates, and extracurricular activities. Above all, Peyton is true to herself and knows that she can do anything she puts her mind to. She shows daily that she can.
Melissa Rocio Sanchez.
Gee, watch out for that guy. Okay, Flor Angeles. This is from Mrs. Yes. and for all 3 of her human services classes needed for graduation. I'm proud of her effort and her grades.
Denise Seha. Mr. Hutton wrote, Denise Seha is a great student. In orchestra, I appreciate her every day. She sits with great posture and is ready to do a great job. She is kind to me. I appreciate how she is always ready when I am tuning students. She is even ready if I want to tune her again after she is already tuned. She is eager to learn. She appreciates the challenge and will say thank you to me after being worked with. I appreciate having her in class. Bonus, she's a good violinist.
Juliana Vasquez Stevens. This is from Mr. Smart. He writes, after difficult beginning to my algebra 2 class, Juliana has done a complete turnaround. Over the past month, she has come to class with a positive mindset, self-discipline to succeed, and the willingness to let her guard down and help others around her. I look forward to the rest of the year with her in my class. Keep up the great work.
Next up is Maribel Bello. This is from Mr. Byers. He writes, Maribel is doing an outstanding job in world history. She works really hard on all of her tasks and is doing great on all the quizzes. Her smiles and positive personality really brighten up the class for everyone.
Taylor Slavin.
Not today. All right.
Amy Cannell. Paul writes, Amy came into my class last year and was very unmotivated. This year, she decided she was ready to do whatever she had to graduate. She comes to school, completes her work, and then passes all her classes. Additionally, she's working on online classes in order to have enough credits for graduation. She has completed 3 courses and currently is working towards her 4th. She is the perfect example of a student that has taken accountability for her schoolwork and is doing everything she can to finish her high school career. I'm so proud of Amy and look forward to the impact she will make on our society as an adult.
Next up is Hadley Gallichan. This is from Kate McCormick. She writes, Hadley has one of the best attitudes I have ever seen. She is consistently hitting it out of the park as a student. The thing that stands out to me the most about Hadley is her patience and kindness towards other students. Hadley has managed to figure out at a young age how to manage being helpful without being a pushover. This is a quality that will take her far in life. I'm looking forward to watching Hadley grow throughout high school.
Zoe Alvarez. Mr. Fremont wrote, my shooting star for this semester is Noe Alvarez. Noe is one of those students that I can count on to always be doing what he's supposed to do in class. He helps keep others around on task and is always thinking about the questions that I pose to class during lecture and class discussions. His thoughts help facilitate meaningful discussions, and I believe that his positive attitude and participation has positively impacted those around him. Not only does he do all of these aforementioned things, but he is also a great student to just have a chat with because he genuinely seems interested in what other people think about various topics.
Julio Chavez Regalado. This is from Mr. Jewell. Mr. Jewell writes, Julio has been an incredible influence in his class. I can always count on him to get everything done and carry the people around him as well. Very well done and much earned.
Next up is Amaya McQueen. Amaya is recognized by Mrs. Caesar, and she says, I can always count on Amaya to help make my day better. She is genuinely the most kind, helpful, and hardworking young lady. I have enjoyed having her as part of my community class for the last 4 years. I've seen her continuously strive to do better. Her willingness to participate and interact makes class fun. I don't know what I'll do without you next year. Thanks for being you.
Jacqueline Castro Hernandez. Mr. Field wrote, Jackie was an absolute rock star during the first 9 weeks of her high school career. She had awesome attendance and came so close to pulling off straight A's, all while participating in orchestra and soccer. She has set herself up by starting high school off on the right foot.
Logan Timmons. Logan was nominated by the Senate. She writes, Logan comes to class with a quality effort every day. He follows along in class, understands when things don't always go his way, and doesn't quit when things aren't easy. Logan deserves credit for his work ethic and great attitude.
Next up is Roberto Carrasco Hernandez. What's your favorite class, Roberto? APC, what do you know? This is from Mr. Potts in APC. He says, I love the way you bring a positive attitude and a great work ethic to class every day. I hope you continue your dedication to physical fitness.
Evelyn Vasquez Bautista. This is from Mr. Varner. Evelyn works hard every day. She never complains. She always has a great attitude coming into APC. I'm very proud of the way she carries herself and the way she pushes herself. She has a great future ahead of her, and I hope she succeeds at whatever she has to do.
Diego Lopez. Bellotti. Mr. Bellotti writes, Diego had the most improvement out of all of our students in cardio fitness class from our mile pre-test versus our midterm mile test. He ran 1 minute and 43 seconds faster, which is about 17% improvement on his time. He has worked hard over the course of a great period to push himself to run each day class to achieve this high level of improvement while having a great attitude and work ethic.
Next up is Mariana Rosado Pereira. Here you go. This is from Mrs. Thomas. She writes, Mariana is a great student and friend. She works so hard in class and is an awesome example to the other students. While she is quiet, she's not afraid to speak up when needed to help others. She jumped right into another student that she didn't know, and she's stuck with this student all year. She makes sure she does everything to the best of her abilities. She is dedicated, kind, and a motivated student, and I know she'll be a successful student throughout her high school career.
Kimberly Moreno. Mr. Scholl wrote, Kimberly is dedicated to learning. She has the determination to learn more while driving into more complex problems and ideas to enhance and reinforce skills for comprehension. Moreover, Kimberly's attention to detail is remarkable, and her ability to express her work, whether orally or written, is impressive.
Melvin Lopez Mayorga. Mr. Booker nominated him and says, Melvin stays on task and takes initiative with all in class. He was the first student in class to complete the online OSHA 10 training. Using his time efficiently, he worked ahead as he completed assigned sections to finish the training before all sections were even assigned.
Next up is Sam McAtee. Sam's been nominated by Mrs. Sarmiento, and she writes, Sam is always willing to participate, keeps his phone put away, takes responsibility for his work, and takes advantage of all opportunities to learn. I'm very proud of his hard work and impressed by how self-motivated he is.
Melanie Medina. Sarmiento wrote, Melody has excellent attendance, keeps her both foot away and her head up, completes work on time, and shows a commendable understanding of literature. I greatly appreciate having her as a student. Aside from her academic excellence, she treats others with kindness and respect, often going out of her way to help a friend in need.
Alfredo Soto Villa. Mr. Smart, he writes, Alfredo is an A student, but he is much more than that. He takes time out of his own study time to assure that those around him are not being left behind every day. He translates my lessons to a student who does not understand anything that I say. He even helps students with questions we have after the bell for lunch is rung. He is committed to our school, and I'm so grateful to have him in my class. Keep up the great work.
Aiden Thompson. Mrs. Renton writes, Aiden is a highly creative, highly motivated individual who understands connections and easily voices his insights. His perception of the world at large ranges from the details to the expansive. His creativity ranges from art to music to words to ideas. And his motivation is seen in his drive to push himself in APC, to take the time to add subtle details to his drawing, and to articulately express himself through his writing. Thank you, Aiden, for sharing yourself with our class.
Daniel Markley. Daniel has 2 awards coming to him today. The first from Mrs. Peer. Mrs. Peer wrote, Daniel has had a great start to his high school career. He has made many changes and improvements between his 8th grade and 9th grade year. He has such a great attitude. He is hardworking and willing to accept help with his algebra. Keep up the great work, Daniel. And then Mrs. Webb writes, Daniel has been on top of things since day one. He is great about reaching out when he needs help and is always concerned about completing things the correct way. He is great at staying focused, and I can tell that he is always putting a lot of effort into his work. He is one of the most polite students I know and has been a joy to work with this year.
Suhei Katsuhira Takahashi. Says Suhei, first one from Mrs. Buckingham, Mrs. Price. Suhei goes above and beyond expectations on a daily basis. She brings her own ideas to each of her assignments and lifts them to a new level. In addition to creating unique and thought-provoking art, and a willing translator, she is instrumental in the success of another student. Ms. Roman writes, Suhei always has a smile on her face that is just lovely. She is a hard worker all around. She participated in both the Races Festival essay contest and many models contest, and she won an award for her Mayan math. Suhei is a positive leader in our AP Spanish class. She shares her extensive background and knowledge in the Spanish language and culture with the class. I hope she knows that I too have learned so much from her.
I have Darwin Lira Larios. You have 2, which means you get to stay up here longer. Everybody's favorite. Your first one is from Mrs. Kelly. She says, Darwin is kind, thoughtful, and diligent. He asks questions, gives polite greetings, and turns in all of his work. In spite of challenges with the English language, Darwin has the highest grade in biology of all 5 of Mrs. Kelly's classes. Awesome. Congratulations. There you go. His second one comes from Mr. Johnson. He says, I've been blessed to have Darwin in 3 of my classes this year. He has excelled in all of them. He brings a positive attitude and incredible work ethic to class. While English is his second language, that has not kept him from excelling in all aspects. It truly has been a pleasure having him in my classes.
Allison Rivera. Allison has 2 awards coming to her today. First from Mrs. Buckingham Herman. Allison has worked diligently and productively in our 3D art class. She has created several sculptures developing various art techniques and skills. She is concerned about craftsmanship and works hard to get it right. Sculpture presents a lot of opportunities for problem solving, and sometimes it takes multiple approaches. One of the things I enjoy about Allison is that she is able to laugh and smile when things get tough. Even though she is independent in her work, she is always willing to ask questions to ensure she understands the process well. Sarmiento wrote, "I am so very proud of Allison Rivera. Despite being a multilingual learner who faces daily challenges in an English classroom, Allison approaches each day with responsibility, kindness, and determination. There were days when a translator wasn't available to help her, and she still strived to complete her work on her own. If she ever needed extra time to complete assignments, Allison always showed up on her own time to turn them in and check in about her grades. Her work is thorough, and her determination is clear."
Emily Alanis Moreno. This is from Mrs. Sarmiento. She writes, Emily has consistent attendance, keeps her phone put away, and shows respect. She also exceeds all classroom expectations.
I feel like our students have been the bright, shining light that sometimes blinds us with their greatness. You know, when I think about this program, as I mentioned again, to me it's all about the little things that our kids are doing right. And I hope, as embarrassed as they are to stand up here with us for just a moment, they recognize that it's those things that are going to lead them to be successful. Families, we're so glad that you could join us today. We have lots of treats left over, so we would love if you could help us clean that up. I know that that's not a challenge that our students take lightly. Thanks again for coming today, and kids, thanks for always doing the right thing. You are very much appreciated.